Strobe Studios presents Michael Helgens and Greg Kilberger in The Watson Files. Coming to you from the illustrious Strobe Studios in the heart of America, this is Scott Strosahl. And now, let's join the doctor and see what story he has for us today.
Come in.
Good evening, Dr. Watson.
Ah, hello, Scott. How are you this evening?
I've been waiting all week to hear the rest of your whale tale.
And I've been excited to tell it to you. Ready to get started?
You bet.
As you may recall, Holmes and I had gone to Harker's Landing to get away, and as often happens, we soon found ourselves in the midst of a mystery. On this occasion, a man had joined a whale preservation society, and another man in a whale costume had asked him to pass along a recording. The first man, Mr. Vandergriff, had asked Holmes to help sort out what was really happening. The whales are attacking Holmes? That's being a bit dramatic, even for you, isn't it?
Not at all, Watson. I think that Mr. Vandergriff and several other members of the Harker's Landing Whale Preservation Society may be in danger.
What makes you think that?
Haven't you been listening to the whale song?
Yes, but I don't see how.
You're not supposed to see, Watson. You're supposed to hear.
You know very well what I meant.
Of course, Watson. You meant one thing, but said another. You should try to avoid such confusions in the future.
You really do try my patience sometimes. Well, will you tell me why we are listening to the whale songs now?
Yes, of course. This is a recording of what was on the music player Mr. Vandergriff was given. I do not, however, believe that these are whale songs at all.
Well, they certainly sound like whale songs.
To the untrained ear, perhaps, but there is something more to them.
Holmes, if you've worked this all out already, do you really need me?
Of course I do. I have no idea what the message is saying.
Then how do you even know that there's a message to be heard?
Watson, I've been listening to the whale song most of the night, and I'm quite certain
that explains how Captain Ahab got into my dreams. Thank you. What is it that you want me to do?
I want you to send these to Jenny and see if she can work some technological magic on them to get to the message.
Fine. Give me my laptop and the recording and go away for a while.
How much longer must we wait, Watson?
I asked Jenny to call me as soon as she found anything. Maybe there isn't anything to be...
Is that her?
I'm not psychic, Holmes. Give me a moment and I'll answer it.
I'd think that with the caller ID on your mobile you might be able to deduce if...
Should I answer it?
Yes, for the love of all that is...
Hello? Really? There actually was something. Yes, but... No, I didn't think that there would be... Well, I'll be. Okay, Jenny, send it over to me.
So there was something?
Jenny is sending it over now.
How long will it take?
Oh, not long.
Is it there yet?
You are such a child.
There may be limited time, Watson. I just want to get
Here,
to the...
I've got it.
Well, don't just sit there. Play it already.
Okay, here goes.
Hello, agents of the Harker Landing Whale Reservation Society. And 38, 53, 51, 72, 11, meet in the edges.
Is that the whole message?
Yes, Jenny says the rest is just more whale song to hide the message. How did you know, Holmes?
There is little cause to pass along something secretly unless there is some profit or nefarious purpose.
Ugh.
Indeed, but I couldn't resist, Watson. So, what are the numbers? Map coordinates?
Let's take a look.
Well?
I think you're right about most of the numbers, but 1818 is the time. 6:18 p.m. Friday night.
So they'll meet in some hedges at 6:18 Friday night. That's today, Watson. We need to know where they intend to strike.
I'm working on it.
Well?
Here. Holmes!
What is it, Watson?
These are the coordinates for the Harker's Landing blood bank.
The blood bank? Are you sure?
I checked it twice.
Well then come, Watson. We have little time to lose.
Do you see anything?
Yes, over there, next to the hedge maze. There are several cars parked, and I'm quite certain that an orca and 2 beluga just wandered in.
And I left my whale suit at home.
Don't worry, I brought one for you.
You did not.
I certainly did. Sorry, old boy, it won't fit me. You're going to have to go in.
Holmes, if you think
Here, quickly, put it on. Besides, you owe me, remember?
Fine. It's better than being drugged, I guess.
That's the spirit. You look radiant.
If I see that photo on Facebook, so help me.
Wouldn't dream of it, Watson. This one is for my personal amusement. That one is for Facebook. Now, give me your revolver and off you go.
Sure, here. The safety is on.
You'll go in first and I'll come in after you. When we have all of the blood, we'll go to where the belugas are waiting to get us out of here. Don't worry, Sebastian will take care of them. Probably right after. Oh, hey, Blue, it's about time you got here.
Yeah, sorry I got turned around. It's hard to see in this thing.
Yeah, the belugas got mixed up too. Maybe a hedge maze wasn't Killer's best idea.
So, what's the plan?
You're going to be on lookout from across the street.
Sure.
When we come out with the blood, you hop in the car with the rest of us, and we'll get out of here.
Sounds good to me. Are we going now?
2 more minutes.
Fine, I'm just going to sit down on this bench and text my girl.
You got a girl, Blue?
Yeah?
Huh. Aren't you?
That's far enough.
Run!
Ah! Holmes, you shot me!
Sorry, the gun went off when I was tackling one of the belugas. The police should be here along with an ambulance soon, Watson. Thank goodness for these whale costumes, or some of them might have actually been able to get away.
But you shot me!
You're just in shock, Watson. Just lie down. It'll all be over soon.
That's not what you're supposed to say in these situations.
Right. Just relax, Watson. It just crazed you.
Wow. First the Red-Headed League, and now the Harker's Landing Whale Preservation Society. I'm starting to think that people should avoid exclusive clubs altogether.
They aren't all bad, but you should pay careful attention when you're signing up.
So, what did they want with all the blood, and why bother with the whole whale thing?
Turns out they were planning to smuggle the blood to Bulgaria to sell it on the black market.
There's a black market for blood in Bulgaria?
Indeed there is. They would have made quite a killing, too.
What about the whale disguises?
Turns out the sort of people who would steal blood in the States to take it to Bulgaria are quite odd.
I see.
They never did find the guy behind the whole thing. The killer whale is still at large.
Is that the subject of another story?
I guess you'll have to wait and see.
Well, that certainly was a whale of a tale.
I'm quite certain that I told you that it would be.
And you didn't disappoint. So, what story are you going to be telling us about next week?
Next week, I'm sure I'll come up with something quite clever, but for now I haven't decided on exactly which tale that will be.
Well, I can't wait. Tonight's Watson Files adventure was written by Michael Helgens and directed by Scott Strosahl. Spencer Holmes and Dr. Watson were played by Michael Helgens and Greg Kilberger. Additional voices were provided by Steve Rimpici. Until next week, this is Scott Strosahl saying good night from Stroby Studios. Stroby Studios presents Michael Helgens and Greg Kilberger in The Watson Files. How about that? I did that without even reading it. Whoa. Aren't you impressed? I memorized my lines.
Do the next part without reading it.
Coming to you from the illustrious Stroby... Ah, shoot, I forgot. No. Good evening, Dr. Watson. Quite well, thank you. I've been waiting all week. I'm going to talk really fast and stumble over my words.
A guy from Joyce.
Deep breath. I've been waiting all week to hear the rest of your whale story.
And I've been excited to tell it to you. Can you tell from that sound of my voice? Holmes to help sort out what was really happening. This is where we fade out. No one will hear these words. Okay, Jenny, send it over to me.
So there was something?
No. We'll just end the episode right there.
End of episode.
And scene. No. Yes.